Kia ora koutou. I'm Sarah Stock, one of the consultants from Learning Matters. It's likely that you're watching this video today because your child's school has partnered with Learning Matters to go on a structured literacy journey. It is possible that you've noticed that what your child brings home for reading or spelling has changed slightly. However, before I get into that, what I would like to do is give you a quick explanation about how the science of reading has changed how teachers are teaching in the classroom. Over the past 100 years, teaching reading in New Zealand has changed. However, since the early 1990s, we have been teaching from a balanced literacy approach. Understanding how the brain learns to read is the largest body of research in the world. Cognitive psychologists, neuroscientists, linguistics, and education have all come together to form what is now known as the science of reading. This research and science has enabled us to develop an approach to teaching that benefits all children. I would like to take a moment to demonstrate what the science of reading has taught us about how the brain learns to read. We know that fluent readers have an established reading network in the brain, and this is how it works. The Broca's area, in the front part of the brain, is where speech is developed. This part of the brain is like a phonological processor. It is where we can isolate, blend, and manipulate sounds. The angular gyrus is like the phonics chip. This is where we associate sound with symbol and symbol with sound. For example, A makes A. The occipital temporal, which is located in the back left-hand side of the brain, is where we map words. Traditionally, these have been thought of as sight words. However, we now know that it is any word that is stored that children can recall instantly and automatically. The words will simply pop off the page and the children will know what they are. In the Wernicke section of the brain, this is where meaning is developed. For example, a child can associate the word cat with an actual cat. The science of reading helps us understand that we need to connect all four parts of the brain. This will help establish a reading network in the brain. There is an approach to teaching reading, writing, and spelling that is called structured literacy. Structured literacy is based on the science of reading. The principles of structured literacy were developed from the science of reading. Your teachers will be ensuring that diagnostic testing is taking place and that systematic, cumulative, and explicit teaching is taking place of spelling, reading, and writing. So that no learning is left to chance, your child's teacher will be working through a specific scope and sequence that is both systematic and cumulative. A scope and sequence is the order in which learning occurs, and the learning is systematic. It will move from the more easier concepts through to the most difficult. Alongside this, learning is cumulative and builds step by step, including a review of previously taught concepts to help children retain their learning. This is where you may be seeing changes to your child's home learning with spelling and reading. Children will be taken through a systematic approach that begins with sound level, then word level, building into sentences and texts. Home learning of reading and spelling may look slightly different to before. If your child is in the early stages of learning to read, they may bring home letters to learn the sound of and to write. If your child's teacher is wanting to reinforce word level reading, they may bring home a list of words to practice reading or writing, or maybe a game that you can play with your child. If they are at sentence level, they may bring home sentences or short passages to read with you. When you are listening to your child read, you are wanting to hear accuracy, reading at a good rate and pace, and with beautiful expression. If your child is an early reader or an older catch-up reader, they may also bring home a decodable text. This will vary from school to school depending on the resourcing available. Decodable books are simply designed to support reading development by controlling the text in a systematic way. To complement the decodable text, Teachers will also be teaching specific words during spelling and reading before introducing your child to the book. There are no surprise words in these texts. Your child's teacher would have taught them to read each of the words in the book. Through this purposeful text selection, we are ensuring that children are lifting the words off the page without any guessing. When your child is reading to you, this reading prompt is available to help you support them. And remember, children love being read to. Read to them regularly and enjoy books together. I hope that video helped you understand how home learning may have changed slightly in your child's school. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Ka kite anō.